Good day, dear learners. Marcela Grovet here with another exciting adventure for 7-minute language bits for intermediate or advanced learners. This time, what we're going to do is that we're going to check some ways to emphasize a point when we are writing, when we're speaking, when we're giving a topic, a conference, a lecture. So one of them is using lists of 3. Maybe you have observed when you go to a restaurant that they're going to serve in groups of 3, like 3 tacos or 3 sopes or 3 of whatever. This is the way that a chef emphasizes the dish. So we can use expressions like firstly, secondly, thirdly, or finally, or just enumerate 3 adjectives, 3 objects, 3 things. This way we emphasize what we want to say. Second one is using superlative forms. And usually when we use a superlative forms, we're going to emphasize these expressions. Like if I read the sentence, this is by far one of the most exciting days of my life. It's the worst restaurant I've ever been to. Using superlative gives an extra point to the sentence. The third one is when we use 2 contrasting ideas. We say something good, we say something bad about the situation, about the person, about the thing. So for example, they offered me the job. However, the salary was too low. So I'm saying something good, but I'm saying something bad. Or we should always look at what we did well and what we need to improve. Next one, interesting words and extreme adjectives. Maybe you have seen these posts on Instagram and other social media that they say stop using and instead go for different words. This is not because the words are incorrect. This is because if you are an intermediate or an advanced learner, you want to use more interesting adjectives like utterly, versatile, pejorative, challenging, instead of using the common good, bad, very, like very nice, like very interesting. We say other words. Next, emphasizing a negative statement. When we use a negative statement, we give extra emphasis to whatever we want to say. The meeting was anything but interesting. It was awfully boring. That's what it means. Or it isn't what you have, it's what you are. We have a negative, it isn't, to give an emphasis. Or he didn't listen to me whatsoever. He didn't listen to me at all. I'm emphasizing with a negative remark. And well, number 6, cleft sentences. Cleft means divided. So what I am doing over here is instead of saying one idea in one sentence, I'm giving the idea in 2 sentences. Instead of saying, I'd like to mention the relevance, I want to say what I'd like to mention is the relevance of completing the process. Instead of saying Tom complained, I want to go for it was Tom who complained about the situation. Next one, inversions to emphasize a negative statement. We're going to have some practice afterwards. Check the link on the description of the video. You are going to be able to practice with some of these sentences. So what do? I have my negative expression, not since, not only, at no time, under no circumstance. And then I have the inversion of the subject and the verb, the auxiliary, yes, the inversion with the auxiliary, or in case of affirmative, in the case of sentences in the present simple or in the past simple, where I have do or does when or did when I make a question, I'm going to include this. Not since I was a child had I been to the circus. Here's my inversion. Not only did they win the contract, but they also got some funding. At no time have they been in danger. It looks like a question. It's not a question. It's a way to emphasize a point using these inversions. Under no circumstance should employees be late for work. Number 8, other emphatic expressions. expressions like to say the least, above all, indeed, actually, in fact, or many others are giving me this red flag that I'm going to say something important. He was accurate, to say the least. Above all, the seminar was most useful. And the last one is rhetorical questions. So what are these? Rhetorical questions are questions that really don't look for an answer. I'm just saying a question to emphasize a point. Now you may be wondering, how can we do this? It's just me. Is it just me who doesn't agree to this matter? I'm not expecting an answer. I'm just posing a question. Now, how could she possibly have done that? How could she have possibly done that? That's another question that I don't need an answer. Or when we say these stupid questions like, oh my God, you're all wet. Is it raining? You're not expecting an answer. It's a way to show interest. Now let's do some practice and with inversions. I'm just going to do a couple of sentences over here, and I will leave you the link so that you can play the game as many times as you wish. So first of all, we start with a negative expression. Yes, never. Now, I want to invert. Instead of saying I have seen, never have I seen such a thing. Next one. I start with my negative expression. Little. Did she realize what he was after? Next one, and this will be the last one. Only, now the first part is a number, is a common sentence. Only when you open it, I'm sorry, only when I tell you, I made a mistake over here. Only when I tell you, and then the inversion, can you open it? Okay, so there are more sentences that you can try. I hope you enjoyed this session, this lesson, and that you find it useful. Of course, this is very quick, but you can stop the video anytime you want to analyze the sentences. And what I mostly recommend to you is that you practice. Remember, give me your comments below. Leave me your comments below, and hope you enjoy it. And please subscribe to receive more notifications, and follow us, Instagram, Facebook. Thanks.